Hello internet friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay or LiJo, and today we're going to be speaking on the topic of TI and finding meaning. It's very different than just being the best in the room, so we're going to get into that a little bit more, something that I find that a lot of TI users are kind of searching for at the end of the day. And if you'd like to talk to me more about this subject, you can book a video session with me on Snug, and let's start this video. So listen, I understand. It's a heavy cross to bear being the best in the room. Okay, I know that's not how you're always perceiving yourself, but TI is stacking knowledge in particular areas, and it is very aware of the areas that it has built up this credibility, it has built up this skill set, built up this knowledge base. And the way that I heard someone describe it to me once in a video session, which I just thought was so brilliant, is TI is looking for ways that it can be more awesome. TI is so focused on building these tracks of understanding, of knowledge to a very high standard that they themselves have created. It's always on this journey, but then what happens when you get to the top? What happens when you climb so high that you're just towering over the rest? Have you ever heard that saying that it's lonely at the top? Well, this can happen to a lot of TI users. And in fact, if the TI person has not yet reached that standard that they themselves have created that they want to achieve, well, there's meaning and purpose to live another day. There's meaning to kind of go and continue the grind because there's somewhere to go to. But TI is a persistent function in the area that it's decided it wants to work on. So when you kind of get there, and you're at the top, you're at the peak of the mountain, no one else is around because no one else is putting that much effort into knowing what you know, well, then what is there? And then often the TI users start looking around like, well, what else can I do? What else can be done? And then you realize that, well, you know what? If this is what happens when you get to the top and you're just up here, sure, you have a lot of knowledge, you should be getting a lot of respect in this area, and that may or may not happen. But what else is there? So when you're in this place, something that I recommend doing is really hacking this function with your extroverted function. So if you have TI, the balancing muscle is going to be extroverted feeling. All right, so if you really want to do this correctly, pay attention to what I'm saying here. So in order to activate this FE, you want to find an area that you can bring value to somebody else in an area that they have a want or a desire. Listen to what would bring value to a person that you're in contact with. It could be a person you just met. It might be easier to gain more data with someone that you are spending time with more often. But really listen to what may bring them value, but they're unable to possibly do for themselves. So maybe someone you know really wants to attend this concert, right? But the tickets are a little pricey. And they would love to go, bring a lot of value to them, but they're unable to do so, right? This could be an area that you could help provide value in. Maybe a good friend of yours loves tiramisu and they've raved about it so many times. And do you know what? You've noticed they haven't had tiramisu in a while, and you know that this is something that just really rocks their world. Could be an area to bring value in. Or maybe your significant other just wants to come home at the end of the day and not deal with the kids and not deal with dinner and just have some time to themselves. Maybe that would just be like the best gift that they could ever receive, on a Wednesday, right? So, maybe this is an area that you could provide value. Maybe you could find something for the kids to do, or, ship them off to go see grandma, or maybe you can have dinner ordered in and bring that value. And often if it's unexpected, that can be lovely as well, but bring in that value and then see what that does for you. Bring value by fulfilling that desire. And it's not because it makes sense to you, it's because simply it brings value to somebody else. And likely the result is it's going to make you feel pretty good. Now, the one caveat to this is I have heard of people thinking that they are doing this, thinking that they are bringing value, but where they got stuck was in the beginning. They weren't really listening and paying attention to what that other person really valued. They were thinking in their minds, the TI was thinking in their mind, what they would value in a particular situation, and then just delivering on that. So unfortunately, your viewpoint of what someone should want is often not the case in reality of what they actually want. So there's no points for that. And sometimes you're going to get an adverse reaction out of that, which can be really discouraging. So if you go off to this endeavor, which I highly recommend, bringing value to someone outside of yourself in a very intentional way based off what they want, need, or desire, well, you really have to listen, pay attention, get clarity so that you can deliver on that thing, make someone else's day, and as a result, make your own day. That's it for this video. I hope you find it useful. I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye, Internet friends.